I think at the end of the day, one of the biggest issues for our society is diversity and inclusion. And the point is that I think we tend to overcomplicate the issue. Despite the depressing numbers that we see out there, the reality is there are incredibly qualified people who can move into those positions, but you've got to put them into the pipeline. And what's critical is, in fact, to identify, recruit, develop, and push people forward. So the fact that we're in this situation, I think, is a real problem and is embarrassing for corporate America, because we should have far more representation of all different groups, genders that are at the top. And that's something that companies need to be very focused on.
We're going to open it up a bunch of questions, but you now make a point of that's an investment criteria for you.
Well, behaviors are going to have to change, and this is one thing we're asking companies. You have to force behaviors, and at BlackRock we are forcing behaviors. 54% of the incoming class are women. We added 4 more points in terms of diverse employment this year, and what we are doing internally is, if you don't achieve these levels of impact, your compensation could be impacted. Okay,
we're doing the same thing.
And so it's just you have to force behaviors, and if you don't force behaviors, whether it's gender or race or just any way you want to say the composition of your team, you're going to be impacted. And that's not recruiting, it is development, as Ken said. And ultimately, it's still going to take time, but I am just as much shocked as Ken is that we have not seen more opportunities. And we're going to have to force change.